In this training video, we'll walk you through all of the components of your email marketing model step by step so you can learn what each piece is really telling you. In the ROI Goalstetter tool, we create a number of robust and useful graphs. Plus, we give you the ability to download data from your model so you can manipulate or format your results on your own as well. Let's get started. This tutorial assumes that you have already entered all of your data for your model. If you need help with that, please watch our Getting Started video first. That will help you get up and running quickly. First, go to fulcrumtech.net/email-ROI. Alternatively, you can go to our website, fulcrumtech.net, and click on the ROI Goalstetter tool up at the top. Then, click the Login button, enter your username and password, and then you should be at this page. If you wanted to create a new scenario, you could always go through the ROI Goalstetter wizard one more time. Note that the ROI Goalstetter tool will store up to 4 models for you. First, I'm going to show you how to quickly review your model's assumptions. The ROI Goalstetter tool organizes these assumptions into the same 4 groupings that we used when entering our data into the wizard. There are 5 tabs up at the top. To use the Advanced Settings tab, give us a call and we can help. Right now, we're going to focus on list size and growth. Here, we can see all of our assumptions for list size and growth. You can see the list size I had entered of 150,000, or the inactive portion of our list as 20%, etc. I can easily change any of these assumptions right here. Let's say I just realized that my list size is actually 175,000. I can just edit in that field and enter that. You can click Save if you want to, or you can edit other items and then click Save. You don't need to save before going to each new tab. Next, you can look at list attrition and costs. But let's look at the Email Overview and Performance tab a little more carefully. Note that when we asked you for your assumptions when using the wizard, we assumed those values to be your historical averages for your unique open rate, unique click-through rate, and so forth. So, those assumptions are registered here in the field marked as historical. You should not change the historical values at all, assuming that they are valid representations of your historical performance. Certainly feel free to correct anything in the historical field if anything is incorrect, though. We'll discuss the future fields in a few minutes. Now, let's look at our model. All of your results are in the Results section just below the Assumptions section. You can get a quick snapshot of your key metrics just above the graphs. Here, you can see your annual revenue, cumulative annual gross profit, cumulative annual cost, and your average return on investment over the 12-month period of your model. You can view your data as graphs, or you can see the underlying data by clicking between these 2 buttons, Graphs and Data, up at the upper right. Let's take a closer look at the graphs. There are 6 graphs for each model. At the top left, we have the list size graph. This shows you the size of your total list for each month over a 12-month period. This gives you a good overview of your overall list acquisition. At the top right, we have a graph of the active list size. The active list size is the number of people on our list we have defined as active in our assumptions. For this model, we had assumed that 20% of our list is inactive, so 80% or 120,000 is active. What we see from the declining line on this graph is that our monthly list growth is not large enough to counteract the rate of bounces, unsubscribes, and spam complaints coupled with the number of active people going inactive each month. We'd assumed 1% of our actives were going inactive each month. This is automatically factored into this graph. Many clients don't realize that their active list is declining until they see this model. That's the bad news. The good news is, though, now that you know about it, you can do something. If you're not sure how to address this problem, give us a call. It's a tough situation, but we can help. The middle left graph shows us the cumulative revenue over a 12-month period. According to the assumptions we entered, we have $37,500 of revenue in month 1. Simply hover over that data point and you'll see its value. The middle right graph shows what's happening with our profits. By hovering over the first data point, you'll see $34,750 as gross profit. This is our revenue minus the costs we included in our assumptions for costs. After 1 month, our model automatically figures out how many emails were sent based upon all of our assumptions and then calculates the revenue and profit each month. Cool, right? Let's look at the bottom left. This is a quick look at the percentage of your list that is active. It's really important to keep track of this. In our model, you'll see this percentage is going down, which means we really need to focus more on list acquisition and look for ways to reduce attrition. Next, the graphic on the bottom right shows you your monthly ROI as a percentage. ROI is a measure of how much profit you're getting for the investment you're making. In our example here, on the graph, we see that our ROI is going down. If you see this sloping down in your model, you want to have a closer look at your costs and why they're driving your ROI down. Oftentimes, the drop in active list members is the culprit, because if you're marketing to fewer and fewer people on your list, you'll be driving down revenue month over month. If your ROI is going up, then that's great. You'll still want to analyze what's driving this growth so you can ensure that you maintain and even extend the positive trend. You can also see the underlying data driving these charts simply by clicking on the Data button in the Results tab. In this data view, we've also added a row of data that provides the total increase of your list each month, and then another line that shows the net increase of your list each month. The net increase takes into account the loss of members on your list from unsubscribes, bounces, spam complaints, and those who are becoming inactive. This data view also shows the gross revenue and gross profits for each month. Finally, you can download an Excel version of this data simply by clicking the Download Data button. As an important housekeeping item, don't forget to save your model frequently. Just click on the Save button, and your data will be saved. Also, if you'd like to create any additional models from this screen, simply click on the Add button and enter your assumptions manually. Remember, the ROI Goalstetter tool will store up to 4 models for you. Don't miss the next video in our training series, Quantifying the Value of Improvement with the ROI Goalstetter tool. In that next video, we'll go through exactly how to begin manipulating your model, creating a new scenario, and quickly comparing that to your base case assumptions. That's when you'll really be able to see the value of any numerous improvements to your email marketing program. Justifying an investment in email marketing just became a breeze because you'll know exactly what results to expect. Remember, we're only an email or phone call away, and we'll be glad to help you with your model. We're passionate about email marketing and want to be sure to provide you the tools that you need to justify your efforts or plan your tactics out over the next 12 months. Happy emailing!